Massive battleships firing thunderous guns, silent submarines hunting in the dark, and floating air bases launching deadly strikes. World War II was fought not just on land and in the sky, but across vast oceans with machines built for very different roles. Each type of naval ship had a specific purpose, a unique design, and a crucial role that could decide the outcome of entire battles. Battleship. These were the largest and most heavily armed warships of their time, designed to dominate open seas with massive guns and thick armor. They first rose to prominence in the early 20th century and became symbols of naval power for countries like the United States, Japan, and Britain. What set battleships apart was their ability to engage enemies from long distances while withstanding heavy damage. During World War II, however, their importance slowly declined as air power began to take over naval warfare. Aircraft carrier. This type of ship completely changed how wars at sea were fought. Instead of relying on large guns, aircraft carriers carried and launched planes, turning the ocean into a moving airbase. Originating in the interwar period, they became the most important ships during World War II, especially in the Pacific theater. Their ability to strike targets hundreds of kilometers away made them far more flexible and powerful than traditional ships. Destroyer. These were fast, maneuverable warships built to protect larger ships such as battleships and carriers. The name comes from their original role of destroying smaller torpedo boats. Over time, destroyers evolved into versatile ships capable of anti-submarine warfare, escort duties, and air defense. Their speed and adaptability made them essential in almost every naval operation during the war. Cruiser. Cruisers sat between battleships and destroyers in terms of size and power. They were designed for long-range missions, such as protecting trade routes or leading smaller fleets. There were different types, including heavy and light cruisers, each with varying levels of firepower. Their balance of speed, armor, and weapons allowed them to operate independently or support larger naval forces. Submarine. Submarines operated beneath the surface of the ocean, making them one of the most dangerous and stealthy weapons of war. They were used mainly to attack enemy shipping and disrupt supply lines. German U-boats are a well-known example, causing major losses to Allied convoys in the Atlantic. Their ability to strike unseen made them a constant threat and changed how naval defense was planned. Escort carrier. Smaller and less powerful than full-sized aircraft carriers, escort carriers were built mainly to support convoys and provide air cover. They were often converted from merchant ships and could be produced quickly. While they carried fewer planes, their role in protecting supply routes from submarines and enemy aircraft was crucial, especially in the Atlantic Ocean. Corvette. Corvettes were small, lightly armed ships primarily used for convoy escort duties. They were simple in design and could be built quickly, making them ideal for nations that needed large numbers of ships in a short time. Despite their size, they played a major role in defending against submarines, especially during the Battle of the Atlantic. Frigate. Slightly larger and more advanced than corvettes, frigates were also used for escort and anti-submarine roles. They had better equipment, including improved sonar and weapons, which made them more effective against underwater threats. Frigates became especially important later in the war as submarine technology improved. Torpedo boat. These were small, fast attack vessels designed to launch torpedoes at larger enemy ships. Their speed allowed them to strike quickly and escape before facing heavy retaliation. Although lightly armored, they were effective in coastal areas and at night, where their small size made them harder to detect. Landing ship. These ships were designed to transport troops, vehicles, and equipment directly onto enemy shores during amphibious assaults. They played a vital role in major operations like the D-Day landings. What made them unique was their ability to open at the front and unload directly onto beaches, making large-scale invasions possible. Minesweeper. Minesweepers were specialized ships tasked with detecting and removing naval mines from the water. Mines were a major threat during the war, capable of damaging or sinking ships without warning. These vessels ensured safer passage for fleets and convoys by clearing dangerous areas, often operating in high-risk conditions. Hospital ship. These ships were dedicated to treating wounded soldiers at sea. Marked clearly with symbols like the Red Cross, they were protected under international law and were not meant to be attacked. They provided medical care close to combat zones, saving countless lives and supporting ongoing military operations.